Um, so I almost became homeless, guys. I almost became homeless, but thanks to God and thank God for real estate agents for coming to my aid. So hi guys, how are you guys doing today? So I'm going through something right now, and I'm sure some of you can relate to. So basically today's video is me talking about my experience looking for an apartment. So if you're anyone who's left home for school, or just if you had a job in a different city or in a different state, you've had to like look for an apartment or just a place to stay, a condo or something like that. So but I was lucky enough for when I moved here, I was lucky enough to have someone already contact me via Facebook, because my school had like a portal where you could look for a roommate, something like that. So that was great. For the first semester I enjoyed it, and I was grateful because I was able to check because I was in Tampa, so I was able to like see the apartment and see my room via FaceTime, which was accommodating, which is good for me than having to drive down here. But obviously it has its pro and its con. So I saw the room, it was nice, but guys, you also have to be mindful of the fact that when you're talking through FaceTime or through video call or whatnot, the picture you see might look better through the camera lens than when you see it in person, right? So, and also the camera can make the room appear very big, so you actually need to be there to have a feel of the room, so you can envision where, okay, this is where my dress is gonna be, this is where the bed is gonna be, so you're able to envision the way you want your room to look like, right? So I didn't have that much stuff, so I was good with whatever I had, and being the fact that I didn't even know where to start from if I had to look for an apartment myself. So fast forward to the end of that lease. So after my lease ended, I wanted to be somewhere closer to school, right? So I started looking for an apartment, guys. So my first lease ended in July, right? So by April, I already started looking for a new apartment or a new condo, somewhere to stay. But every realtor I spoke to always told me I was looking too early, right? So my lease ended in July. I started looking in April. So we have April, May, June, and July, right? So basically my lease ends in June, because by the first week in July I have to be out of the property anyway. So I started looking in April. I was told I was looking too early, so I was like, okay, let me wait a little bit. So then I started looking in May, and I was told again that I was looking way too early as well. Guys, at that point I didn't know what to do. I was like, do I just stop looking? You know what, let me put this hair in there. Let me tie this out because it's disturbing me. So then I decided that I was going to wait a little bit, maybe wait mid-May before I start looking again. Then guys, I did not contact anyone during the mid-May, which I thought I was going to. So I waited till June to start contacting realtors and people who had their apartment for lease and whatnot. And I was told, guys, that I was looking too late. That was really frustrating, because I had started and I had planned to start searching early, and I was told I was being too early. And now that it's a month prior to the end of my lease, I was told I was looking too late. So guys, that was really annoying. And also things that I experienced was that I would go during that period. I would go out to check properties with realtors, and I'm like, okay, this looks nice, I like this. Then all of a sudden, when you're done signing the document, then you hear, oh, we're sorry, that property's been given out to someone else. Guys, if you know how many paperworks I did, I signed, like I literally finished signing, finished filling. Then you hear, oh, sorry, they gave the property is off market. That's what they say, the property is off market. That was frustrating. And I was doing this with my roommate, but I was one driving around because my roommate was working, so she couldn't get off work to go look for my current roommate, so she couldn't get off work to go see the property with me. So I did everything myself. And guys, I had rotations with school, so but my preceptor was so kind that after I was done, like sometimes I would offer, I'm like, can I please leave early, then stay longer the following day and whatnot. So that helped me, so that I would, because I was telling my preceptor, I don't want to be homeless, please, I don't want to be homeless. So my preceptor was kind enough to accommodate me. So guys, fast forward to now. So I found myself and my roommate found a place. Oh, what am I saying? So during that period, then we finally found a place, because with condo they tell you, oh, it takes about 5 weeks to get the signing of everything, to get the association to approve your documents and everything. So that was crazy, because I really found a place I really loved. Everything I wanted the condo had, but because if I had to wait for that 5 weeks period in order to get approved, who knows if something comes up, in order to get approval from the association, I might end up becoming homeless. So in order to avoid that, I had to seek somewhere else. I had to keep on looking. So then I found this realtor, and we're shown one property. The last property we checked was shown. I was like, you know what? At that point, myself and my roommate were frustrated. So we're like, whatever comes this time around, we just embrace it and just get it, so we don't become homeless. So, which is the apartment I am currently staying. But the annoying thing about this apartment is infested with little roaches, like small roaches. But as obviously there's a little, if you see little roaches lurking around, you obviously know that the mother is somewhere. So I contacted the landlord to inform him that, oh, this place is infested, you need to do something, get someone to come fumigate this place, because this is not conducive enough for us to live in. Because guys, you would leave your food on the table, and before you know it, before you return, you would see a roach in the food. That was just so disgusting. So it was like, okay, it would do it then. Sometimes it would not respond. So it got to a point, I told him, I'm like, if you don't do anything about this, we would have to withhold our rent. We wouldn't pay rent until this is fixed. So he finally responded. He sent a guy. He gave us a phone number for a guy and told us to make an appointment with him. And the guy he sent would not respond back to our text. And I believe it was maybe because I don't want to generalize right now. I don't want to generalize anything, but he just wouldn't respond back to our text. Why am I saying text? To our text. He just wouldn't respond back to our text. So we would call again and just try to leave voicemail, but we just couldn't get through to him. So we contacted the landlord again, and guys, just to cut the long story short, we decided to maintain the place ourselves and use our own money, buy sprays, box spray to use to kill the roaches, but they just kept on coming back, guys. They, like, literally from the wall, from the sockets in which you plug your phone, you see roaches coming there. So you know it's definitely nothing we can do. It has to be fumigated. So before the end of my lease, which is still ongoing, then they sold the property to a different landlord. So now we have a different landlord. But guys, the great thing about this landlord was that when I texted her, I was like, I'm not sure if you know the condition of this property before you decided to purchase, but this property is infested with roaches. Before you knew it, she called the guy, the fumigating company. The fumigating company contacted me, and the following day we had someone come fumigate the house, guys. It was just like this. But the thing is, I already made my decisions that I was gonna leave. I couldn't stand this anymore. I was just gonna leave. So, which is why I'm at the position which I am right now. I am in process of looking for another apartment, and since my roommate is also leaving, she's leaving for Lauderdale, I think. So I have to look for a new roommate. I also have to look for a new place. So I'm looking for a new place now. I started April, but I didn't find anything I liked. So now again, I'm on the search for a new place. It's May now, so hopefully I find some. My goal is to find something before the end of this week, so I can seal whatever lease I need to do, sign any document, and make sure I have something before the end of this week, because I have plans for next week to be away. So I just hope everything works out great, works out according to plan. So guys, let me just let you guys know for tips for you if you're new and you're looking for an apartment. If you are searching for an apartment, even if they tell you it is too early to look for an apartment, still go ahead and check for places, please. Still go online. Facebook has a marketplace, and you can actually see people who are offering rooms for rent. But I'll tell you to be careful with that. Make sure you look well and be vigorous, be vigilant when you're approaching people like that on Facebook. And also, guys, if you finally get to the property, make sure you inspect it well. Inspect it, if possible. If you know someone who is more familiar about buildings and whatnot, let them go with you to inspect the property. I know I'm making it sound crazy in the sense that inspecting the property like it's a house you're buying, but if you're going to sign a lease for a year, it's basically a house for you, it's home for you. So you want everything to be at its best, so you don't end up with unnecessary expenses. And guys, number 2, make sure you read your lease. Make sure you read your lease. I can't overemphasize this enough, guys. So in my lease, the landlord had like the fine print. There were fine prints that said that for any expense or any maintenance of the property that is below $100, we were responsible for that. So guys, funny story, when we got the apartment, we're too tired and frustrated, so we wanted a place. So when we saw it and we saw that it had the basic amenities we needed, we're like, okay, yeah, that's fine, we'll take it. So we did not check we did not check the microwave. The microwave is so rusty. We did not check that. So we were responsible for that, getting a new microwave, but we did not get a new microwave, guys. We used it, we're still using it the way it is, and if we need to do anything that we know that the microwave would be able to to bear, we just end up using the stove. So we've been doing that. So guys, make sure you read your lease. It is a legal document, guys. It is a legal document. So make sure you read your lease. Make sure you check everything in the apartment. Make sure you check the water. Check if the heat, if the hot water is working. Make sure you check everything, because guys, you don't want to be surprised. Because you know, when you just get a new apartment, you don't want it to be that your first month already you already finding fault in the place you stay in. So yeah, guys, our bathtub, it was basically, I think it was just a plastic they just placed somewhere. Jesus Christ. But hey guys, we learn, and I was told that your first apartment is usually your worst. So in order to make sure your first apartment is better than my own experience, I am giving you this advice. So make sure you take it. And guys, if possible, make use of a realtor. Because one, I know people are not sure on how they work. So you're not responsible for paying a realtor, right? It is their job. So you just go to them. Their realtors are basically paid by other real estate agents. The realtor, they're basically paid by the landlord, because the landlord, when the landlord places the apartment or the house up for sale or for rent, for anything like that, there's a commission behind it for whoever sells the property. So or whoever rents the property. So the realtor gets paid by the landlord and not by you. So if you make sure you use a realtor in order to prevent unnecessary headache, because the cool thing about the realtor is they send you files of different property according to what you want. So they make sure they send it, like if you require a laundry unit, if you require a wash and dryer in the unit, you make mention to the realtor, and they'll make sure they find whatever it is around the location, around the area in which you want, and tailor their researches to your budget. So make sure you use a realtor if you don't want to go through the headache of finding a place yourself. So yes guys, that's all I have now for you. I'm going to go back to what I was doing before, which was studying and also doing assignments. It's summer, but hey, I don't really have a summer because I'm taking summer classes, and I also have rotations this summer. But for you who has summer plans, I hope you enjoy your summer. So go to the beach, get some tan, and just enjoy your summer, enjoy yourself. And I'll be back with some more information. Bye guys.